Suresh Raina is beginning to irritate me, and I'll let you know why. He wants another chance in Test cricket. He wants to be India's number 3 batsman again. He's had his chances in the past, as you very well know, and he hasn't delivered. So why do you want to repeat this whole thing again?
We can come to that later, why he wants to repeat it. I guess everybody has a theory on why suddenly Suresh Raina is in the news. There's no IPL around, there's no ODI, there's no T20 happening. There's in fact not much cricket happening except the India A team.
Which is doing badly.
And he's not in the team.
टेस्ट मैच खेलेंगे श्रीलंका दौरे के लिए नहीं खेलेंगे
नहीं वनडेज है टेस्ट मैचेस होगी और अभी 2020 वर्ल्ड कप आने वाला है फर्स्ट क्लास का पूरा सीजन है मैं उस पर फोकस कर रहा हूँ आई होप कि आने वाले टाइम में अच्छा करूँ
So where is Raina coming in this news from where? Coming back to his test, recall that he's so desperate that give me 2-3 tests and if I don't perform then throw me out. I don't understand this. I don't perform and throw me out. I mean,
I think his last 2 test match scores are indicative. I think
the King pair 0-0 in Sydney. But for a person who's played 18 test matches, has got such a superb record in ODIs, has got a fantastic record in T20s. It is amazing, and for being the only cricketer to have got 100 in test matches on debut, got a ODI 100, got a T20 100. For him not to convert that into a test match 100, double 100 or probably score a couple of more, I think needs more analysis than what's being done. But having said that, if I was the selection committee, I would just call him and say, stick to the ODIs and stick to the T20s and leave test matches, don't dream about it anymore, because honestly, the number 3 slot is not for him anymore.
Yeah, I think I first watched him play, I think in 2010 when the Sri Lanka tour. He started out great. I think it was a 120 on debut and then another couple of 50s. But since then, he's really looked uncomfortable at the number 3 spot. And I just feel that he's been given fair chances. I think, as you said, I think his test average is 26, which is a pathetic average for a number 3 batsman. And we should really look at that. What is good at that spot? That's at in a later episode. But I also think his strike rate, there's a problem there. If you look at his ODI strike rate, it's in the 90s. His T20 strike rate is in the 130s, which is brilliant. But his test strike rate is in the 50s, which means he's unsure of how to play test matches right now.
Exactly, because if you look at when he went to the Caribbean tour and then he played 3 and then he goes to the UK and plays 4. And it's a complete flop show from there. He may have scored 300 plus runs. But those hundreds in test matches for a batsman who's so rated highly, and especially at the number 3 and number 4 spot. And I am a big believer in being at the right spot. If you're a number 3, you got to be at number 3. You can't keep zigzagging the whole, batsman coming in.
If you're at number 3,
spots.
you need to be able to play the short delivery from talented fast bowlers. If you can't do that.
And that's where the word has got around that Raina cannot play the short delivery. Any fast bowler worth his salt, with a little bit of intelligence, can make him dance all over the pitch. And we have seen that happen.
But don't you think that this has nothing to do with cricket? And I think Raina realizes it, and this has probably got more to do with him changing agents from Riti Sports to iOS.
This whole series, this whole series of interviews that have started coming in definitely is iOS at the back of it. And I think iOS understands that Chennai Super Kings is out. They have taken this guy on at such a time when the markets are a little dull in cricket. And if they can get him back into the test team, I don't know how iOS can get him back by, by being at his back and telling him to give these interviews and give these provocative statements that, give me these 2-3 test matches or whatever. I think more than the runs Raina requires in these 2-3 tests, if he gets it, I think iOS wants to seal a few endorsement deals, and that's the reason why suddenly you're seeing Suresh Raina all over.
He also said that his reason for leaving Riti Sports was, I don't want to be number 2.
Anybody who understands cricket would probably be shocked by this statement. Number 1 where? And number 1 in what format? If you're in Dhoni's company, or for example, the agency that also looks after Dhoni, and Dhoni has a 15% stake.
Supposedly, right now it doesn't.
Yeah. So you have to be number 2. I mean, how can you be number 1 when Dhoni's around? And then in iOS, fine, you're number 1 because you're the only cricketer out there. Or go to a top agency where there are 6 other cricketers. So this number 2 probably doesn't, for me, it's a little awkward because.
Yeah, and I agree with you, and I feel that rather than focus on number 1 or number 2, Suresh Raina should learn to play the number 3.
That's the spot for it.